Now, when it comes to language, sometimes the word we use doesn't originally belong to the language. For instance, the word borrow. Even the word borrow is borrowed from Proto-Germanic, from the word, okay, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Germans, Blgona? I don't know. I don't pronounce it correctly. It's not just borrowing from other languages. Sometimes we coin or we create new words entirely. Now, some words are born because maybe people are lazy or they want to be more convenient, so they just mash them up together, make an acronym, and then if it becomes popular, people like the word, people use it regularly. But sometimes there are acronyms that are used so regularly that we forget that they are an acronym. For instance, scuba. You go scuba diving. Scuba is actually an acronym which stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Or let's say you have laser beams and all that. Laser stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. No wonder they just call it laser. Laser had the B, like light amplification by. Why isn't it laser? Why is it laser? Now, when it comes to acronyms, we normally ignore words like and or by, because we only focus on the nouns and verbs in acronyms. So it all happens when a word becomes popular, it just gets used by people, and sometimes people just forget where the word comes from originally. And then there are more interesting things in Malaysia in particular, where if a brand is popular, people forget the actual name of the object and they refer to it by a brand. For example, you probably know, you go to any shop or any stall, you order Maggi. You want instant noodles, and what they give you? Indomie or Mi Chintan. So the word Maggi here is being used to represent all instant noodles for whatever reason. Or for example, you go to the shop, especially if you have younger children or younger kids at home, you say you want some Pampers. Pampers is a brand. You're looking for diapers, but for whatever reason, you say Pampers. And the funny thing is, you ask for Pampers, you get a different brand, maybe Huggies. And for example, you go to your favorite mamak stall, you order Milo and it doesn't taste like Milo at all. They give you Oligoco or Vico or whatever cocoa drink it is. So that's the thing about, word coinage. And there's some very, very interesting word coinage going out there in the world. For example, the word Google. Now, how the name Google was born, it was actually a typo, a spelling error of the word Google, G-O-O-G-O-L. So what's a Google? 1 followed by 100 zeros. A very, very big number over there. And then, it got misspelled as Google and poof, it became popular. And sometimes words can be used in creative ways. For example, what do you want to do today? I want to Google something. Google was originally a name, but now we're using it as a verb. So this is a process called conversion. And this usually happens when, the word is really convenient and really popular and everybody's using it, might as well use it. So words like, for example, you're Googling something or so on and so forth. Some of these coin words have already been acknowledged and are now in the dictionary. So looks like you can use them for your assignments as well. And another famous word which we don't realize is coined is the word mesmerize. So the word mesmerize came from the name of someone by the name of Carl Mesmer. So he was like trying to explain this phenomenon of, being, in Malay you say terpegun. There was no word for it back then in English, and everybody was like, wow, Mesmer, you have mesmerized me. And his name became a word. So that's why when it comes to how we use words today, language is very dynamic. It can come from other languages, we borrow words. Sometimes the words that we use for fun that becomes popular can become a part of the vocabulary. Look in Malaysia, once upon a time the word poyo was considered very informal, but today it's in Kamus Dewan. So yeah, who knows, maybe one day you do something and your name becomes a popular word. Who knows?